Welcome back and good morning, my dear students. In this particular presentation, I shall try to be very precise and short in explaining you what is meant by organizational structure. Here, I will present the structure of an organization in two different slides. Please do not worry with regard to the meaning or the in-depth meaning or understanding of organizational structure. I'll be dealing with organizational structure in my future presentations also. But here in this particular presentation, I just want you to understand what organizational structure is and what it deals with. That's all. எல்லோருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். இன்னைக்கு இந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷனில் ஒரு என்ஜிஓவோட ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னா என்ன, தட் இஸ் ஆர்கனைசேஷ்னல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னா என்ன அப்படிங்கிறத நான் சொல்ல போகிறேன். ஆர்கனைசேஷ்னல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னா இங்கே மேலோட்டமாக மீனிங் மட்டும் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிங்க, கவலைப்படாதீங்க. ஆர்கனைசேஷ்னல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னா என்ன அப்படின்னு டீட்டெயில்டாக இன்டெப்த்தாக நான் ஃப்யூச்சர் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன்ஸில் நான் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுறேன், என்கேஜ் பண்ணுறேன். இப்போதைக்கு ஆர்கனைசேஷ்னல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னா என்ன, அதோட அமைப்பு என்ன அப்படிங்கிறத மனசில் மட்டும் பதிஞ்சால் இப்போதைக்கு போதும். My dear students, all of you have visited a good number of organizations or departments during your orientation visit. ஃபஸ்ட் செமஸ்டரில் நீங்கள் ஓரியன்டேஷன் விசிட்டுக்கு நிறையா என்ஜிஓஸுக்கும் வேரியஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸுக்கும் ஆர்கனைசேஷனுக்கும் போயிருப்பீங்க. In those organizations and departments, you were oriented about the organizational structure, whether it is an NGO or a department or other institutions. As far as you people are concerned, if I ask you in simple terms what is meant by organizational structure, you will say it is the staff hierarchy pattern of an organization or department. That's all. It is right. இப்போ நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட் செமஸ்டரில் ஓரியன்டேஷன் விசிட் ஆர்கனைசேஷன் போயிருப்பீங்க, டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு போயிருப்பீங்க. அங்கே ஒரு நிறுவனத்துலேயும் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னால் என்னான்னு கேட்டிருப்பீங்க, அவங்களும் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. அந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னால் என்னன்னு நான் இப்போ உங்கள்கிட்ட கேட்டேனாக்கா, ஸ்டாஃப் ஹைரார்கி பேட்டர்ன். ஒரு நிறுவனத்தில் ஸ்டாஃபோட வரிசை மேலேருந்து கீழ் மட்டம் வரைக்கும் வரிசைப்படுத்தி ஒரு அமைப்பு வர்றது தான் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவீங்க. நான் இப்போ கேள்வி கேட்டேன்னா அதான் ரைட். டு ஹெல்ப் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் what is an organizational structure, here I have displayed a simple chart. First of all, keep in mind that organizational structure will differ from organization to organization. ஒரு நிறுவனத்துக்கும் இன்னொரு நிறுவனத்துக்கும் organizational structure will differ. Organizational structure, in some of the organization you will find it is pyramidal shape or in the shape of a pyramid, right from top to bottom you have different layers or stages. In some organizations you find it more or less horizontal, flat, horizontal or lesser flat when compared to pyramid shape. இப்போ நீங்கள் ஒரு சில நிறுவனத்துக்கு போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, ஒரு சில நிறுவனத்தில் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பிரமிட் ஷேப்பில் இருக்கும், ட்ரையாங்கிள் ஷேப்பில் இருக்கும், மேலேருந்து கீழே டிஃப்ரெண்ட் லேயர்ஸ் இருக்கும், டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஸ்டேஜஸ் இருக்கும். ஒரு சில நிறுவனத்தில் அது ஃப்ளாட்டாக இருக்கும், 2-3 படி தான் இருக்கும். In one of my earlier presentations, I had said that most of the NGOs have horizontal or more or less flat organizational structure. Here in this particular presentation, you will see that an organizational chart, in this particular organizational chart, whichever organization this chart represents, the chief of the organization is the coordinator. Okay, இந்த சார்ட் எந்த நிறுவனத்துக்கு பொருந்துதோ அந்த நிறுவனத்தில் chief வந்து coordinator. Designation will also differ from organization to organization. Coordinator is the chief. Now below him, அவருக்கு கீழே வெவ்வேறு துறையில் பணியாற்றக்கூடிய டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கும். You find various departments. One is finance and accounts, NGO development officer, office admin assistant, resource information officer. These 4 officers or departments indicate that each and every department has its own specific tasks or activities to perform. Say for example, in case of finance and accounts, only activities related to finance and accounts are dealt with. NGO development officer is an officer who is concerned not with finance or not with administration. He is only concerned with the development of the organization. Office admin assistant is concerned only with the day-to-day administration of the organization and nothing else. And the next officer or the department, resource information officer, is an officer who is in charge of mobilizing resources or in charge of providing information information related to resources from where we can get the money or funds. So below the NGO development officer, that is below the NGO development officer, you have few departments or officers. One is CDO, community development officer, project staff. So NGO development officer, he is assisted by one officer called CDO, community development officer, project staff. You also keep in mind that each and every project will have a separate set of staff. For this CDO, there is one project staff. And this NGO development officer is assisted by another assistant called NGO development officer. NGO development officer is an officer who will assist the NGO development officer. Assistant NGO officer will help and assist, will provide all sorts of help to NGO development officer. Okay, another department you have is called as EDF. I am not clear with EDF. This please do not go into the details. This is also another separate area where this particular area or department is headed by another project staff. If you have, say for example, if you have a particular project for children, you have a separate project staff. If you have a separate project for women, you have a separate project staff. If you have a separate project for street children, you have a separate project staff. So different project staff for different projects. As far as this organization is concerned, we can very well say that this is more or less a flat organization. இந்த நிறுவனம் வந்து flat organization அப்படின்னு நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். So here this is a second display where an organization is headed by board members. In majority of the organizations, NGOs, you will find board members. Board member is assisted by a director. A director will be assisted by few of his own assistants or officers called as designated as program manager, administrative manager or accounts officer. Director is directly dealing with project manager, administrative officer or accounts officer. Program manager will deal with all program related activities. Administrative officer deals with day-to-day administration in the organization. Accounts officer will deal with only accounts and related activities. Program manager, administrative officer and accounts officer will report directly to the director, and program manager will be helped by, he will have his assistant called project coordinator, right? As far as project coordinator is concerned, there are different, in this particular display you have 3 different projects or programs run by this organization. Program manager is the head, who is assisted by 3 different project coordinators. இந்த program manager அப்படிங்கிறவருக்கு 3 different project coordinators இருக்காங்க. ஏன்னா 3 different projects இருக்கு. They have 3 different projects. One project related to health, and the other project related to livelihood, and the other project related to, it's not clear, suppose, okay, another project related to education. So different projects will have different set of staff. All these 3 coordinators will report directly to the program manager. And for health related project coordinator, he will be assisted by field workers. He will have 3 field workers. Okay, then again project coordinator for livelihood will be helped by, he will have 3 field workers or social workers working under him. In the same way, project coordinator for education related programs or projects, he will be assisted by 3 social workers or field workers for this particular activity. So here you see, I can boldly say that this is somewhat, the structure of this organization is somewhat pyramidal in nature, pyramid in nature. This is somewhat a type of organizational structure where there are more number of individuals or staff involved. More or less, a big NGO will have this type of structure, and a small or medium sized NGO will have a structure which was displayed in slide number 2. For the time being, you just understand the organizational structure refers to the staff hierarchy pattern of an organization. The other details will be talked about or dealt in the future presentations. That's all. Thank you.